You're going to walk right in front of the camera.
No.
Hello, friends and family and non-friends and non-family. What a great way to start a stream. It's MBTV. It's a Game of Thrones weekly discussion / predictions. First episode of the final season was last night.
It was.
Thoughts?
I actually really enjoyed it. I took it for what it was. It was introduction.
Yeah, it was definitely just a setup episode, which is... Oh, careful the microphone cord. Incredible crawling. Which they have every season. It's just like the first episode is nothing important happens. Was there any episode where something big happened in the first episode?
No.
John wasn't resurrected in the first episode of season whatever, was he?
No, actually I think he was right at the end.
In the first?
Like season 6 or something, was it?
I think so.
Yeah, season 6.
It was a while ago. It feels like a lifetime ago. To be fair, it was like 3 years ago. 3-4 years ago now. Which is wild.
Feels like last year.
It doesn't feel like it's been 2 years almost since
Absolutely
the last
not.
season started. Which is wild. But it's finally here. Someone hyped it up, not to name names, that it was a crazy episode to me. And I was somewhat disappointed in that fact, but if you take it for just what it was. Everyone just meeting each other.
Yeah, I thought there were some really good moments. Like there were so many parallels between the very first episode.
Yeah, the entire opening
like,
was Bran in the first episode with like climbing stuff.
Arya, how she's
and she was hiding behind
the crowd
people
and stuff, and then she steps back to let the kid go through.
It was actually really well done because in the first episode she's got like the knight's helmet on, like she wants to be like a tomboy, like a warrior sort of thing. Now she actually is a warrior.
Now she actually is the warrior
among all her like fellow soldiers.
Yeah, and like the whole procession of Daenerys and Jon, like completely mimics
was Robert and
Baratheon.
Cersei coming in.
Yeah, and the Hound.
True. Basically, everyone that came in that is still alive.
Yeah, and Tyrion.
Aside from Cersei.
But even the music is the exact same.
Oh,
as
was it?
It's like the first procession when King Robert gets to Winterfell. Exactly the same music. Then Ned says to Robert, "Winterfell is yours, your grace." Sansa says the same thing to Daenerys.
Oh, really? Okay.
Like, it's all exactly the same.
You've been rewatching. You've been practicing. I'm just a scrub.
Yeah.
I'm just a poor old reek that's just left in the corner.
Actually, I'm also really glad that, like, the whole reek thing happened. They just got that out of the way, first episode. We know Yara's going to
the Iron
Islands, and Reek is going to go fight Winterfell.
Reek and his SEAL Team 6 that storms that just infiltrates the Greyjoy.
How did they do that?
I don't know, but they got like some crazy silenced crossbows.
They really did.
There actually was like... I was watching like Zero Dark 30 or something, just with Theon Greyjoy leading.
And then she just headbutts the shit out of him.
Yeah.
I hate it when characters do that. They just headbutt voluntarily. Like, that is a last resort.
No, just the entire show macho and then the you son of a bitch and handshake and then be like my best friend again is so cliche. I also despise that the first conversation in the episode is just a dick joke between Tyrion and Varys.
I think people took bets of who was going to start the first piece of dialogue, and it was, of course, Tyrion. But
it wasn't anything important. It was literally a dick joke, and then a short joke, followed by another dick joke, and that was the conversation.
Yeah.
It was completely irrelevant.
There's a few really, like, meta moments of the episode. One, the dick joke. Really just takes it all out of this whole regal moment for Daenerys. And then there's, like, when Jon's trying to ride what's it, Rhaegal,
I think.
Rhaegal?
I think
when,
Viserys one's dead. Or, white now. Yeah, it'd be
when
Rhaegal.
Jon's trying to get on and he's like, how do you even ride a dragon? And we're all thinking, why the fuck don't the dragons have, like, harnesses on? And then
you'd need a
Daenerys
pretty
is
big
just
harness.
like, I mean, no one knows how to ride a dragon.
But also, she's rode a dragon, so she could have just given him a... She could have been like, "Oh, you want to put your foot there?" And then reach that hand over there and grab that, like any normal person would. But no,
she wants to
Queen
see
Daenerys.
if he's gonna die
Yeah.
the first time or not.
the supposed like love of her life. Just if you die, it's fun. No problem.
And then there was the Ed Sheeran joke.
Was there an Ed Sheeran joke?
When Bron's having like the foursome.
Yeah.
And they're talking about Eddie. How Eddie survived, but he got his eyelids burnt off. They're talking about that stupid cameo of Ed Sheeran that everyone hated. Yeah.
I didn't even pick up on that. I do like that he goes, "Which one?" when he says, "The pox will take her in a year."
Yeah.
I did see a comment of the screenshot of Cersei after her and Euron have just had sex, and the comment was, "The pox will take her in a year." Because he's just so filthy. One of the other comments was, "I bet he's got barnacles down below the belt." That is the most disgusting thing in the world.
Should we start from the start?
Yeah, we should.
Go through the...
So basically it started with them all rocking up at Winterfell and everyone being reacquainted. Everyone being all happy to see each other, and then Bran going, "Cut the shit. It's time to discuss. But you guys do it inside and I'll wait in the courtyard."
Yep.
For the entire episode. I know everything that's happening. I'm basically a walking CCTV. Well, he's not a walking CCTV camera because...
he's a wheelie CCTV.
Yeah. I have all the information that we need on how we can kill the Night King, how to stop the Whites, how to deal with Cersei, but
I don't want to
I'll wait in the corner to give Jaime Lannister some sly looks when he gets here. I did also like a comment that I read that was... I hope that Bran doesn't move the entire season, and each episode he's just got more and more snow piling up. As he's just sitting there, at the end of the season, it's just his head out the top of it.
Guys? And everyone's just dead. Guys?
I know how to defeat the Night King.
Guys?
No, that's too much, that's too much personality into that voice. He's just completely...
he's completely
lifeless.
Dead. Shout out to the moment with, Arya, how she sees Daenerys, Jon, then she sees the Hound, and she's like pissed again, and then she sees Gendry, and she's all happy again, and then she sees the dragon, and then she's shocked.
Yeah.
Good range there.
I know. Oh, incredible range.
In about 5 seconds.
She's truly an actor's actor. I really hope that Arya Gendry isn't just a thing that's shoehorned into this season.
I really don't think that'll happen.
You don't think it will happen?
I think there's a bit of flirtation.
I feel like they're trying to allude to it. Because I feel like that's been a massive fan servicey thing that people have wanted for years and years. Is people they're like, "Oh, who's Arya going to end up with?" When the whole thing is she doesn't want to be a lady, which is what... Yeah, she wants to be like a warrior princess. She wants to be Nymeria, who was a warrior princess.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that'll happen. I think they're like just playing with it a little bit because it's the first episode and they want to sort of draw everyone in and have a little bit of a happy beginning. Yeah. Before it all like really
before
turns
they all
to
die in 2 episodes time.
Like I think they want... That's why like that whole conversation between Tyrion, Varys, and God, what's his name? The Onion Knight. I don't care.
Davos. Yeah.
They're talking about how Jon and Daenerys should just marry. That would be great. And, you know, they would be...
And all the viewers at home
very
were like...
deserved rulers.
No.
And then Varys literally says, like, yeah, that'd be nice, but nothing good ever lasts.
Yeah.
So, like, they're all just, like...
I think, just trying to get the happy moments before everything dark and depressing.
They're getting the happy moments out of the way. For sure.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the last happy moment between Tyrion and Varys is the back and forth at the very start. Yeah. Before, because I'm assuming the end of next episode is literally the White Walkers at the gates, basically. Yeah. And the big battle will be episode 3. But who do you expect is going to actually survive?
I literally have no idea. Yeah. That is one of the things I cannot predict.
The thing is, they're showing all these people at Winterfell, and you're like, oh, the whole cast is back together. And then they go to King's Landing, and it's Cersei, Euron, what's the Meister's name?
Qyburn.
Qyburn, and then the leader of the Golden
Oh yeah, I
Golden,
can't remember his name.
What are they called? Golden Legions?
Yeah, the Golden Company.
Golden Company, yeah. Then that's all we got in King's Landing. So if it goes what I predict is that the White Walkers' business is going to be done by like episode 3 or 4. Like, I assume they're going to kill the Night King, and then there'll be a bunch of casualties. If they want it to be like an actual conflict between Cersei and the rest of them, a lot of people are going to have to die. And they're going to have to lose some dragons as well.
Because I've sort of been rewatching it a little bit, and the amount of people that die in season 1 to 4 is crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
it definitely slowed down a lot.
All of the main characters really do die.
Yeah.
And the cast have said it's going to be a real throwback to that.
Okay.
So a lot of people are going to die. Which is why I think they're getting all of the niceties out of the way.
Yeah. And
they're like having the reunions of, Jon and Arya. And having those like really nice moments. And then the reunion of like Daenerys. Oh, it's not really a reunion, but the meeting of Sam and Daenerys. Because they also like really just got that out of the way.
Yeah.
Of Sam telling Jon who his parentage is.
Which I like that they did that in episode 1 as well. Rather than have like a massive fight and then afterwards him being like, oh, by the way, Jon, you're the rightful king. Sounds about that, dude. That
just needs to like happen, get out of the way. The whole Theon business, that just needed to be done.
Yeah, and then he can come to Winterfell and fight for 3 seconds and then die.
Yeah.
How good was... What's the actor's name that plays Sam? Do you know?
Oh,
he fucking killed it.
John Bradley.
He stole the show.
Everyone's raving about that.
I loved it.
I hate Sam.
Really?
I really do.
Is that because you hate George R.R. Martin and it's clearly just George R.R. Martin as a character?
I think he's a good character. He's a bit of comedic relief, but I just don't care. I don't care about Sam. I don't care about Gilly.
I don't care about his like relationship with Gilly or about the kid or anything. And I feel like the writers don't either. Because they sort of just palmed her off, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think it's good to have a character that's actually trying to research.
I mean, they need it. He's very pivotal, but he's just so dull.
I think the fact that he's played off so much as like a comic relief character, as like a wacky, this guy's so silly and he's falling over. Even when he goes to tell Jon that he's a Targaryen, he fucking trips over running in the crypt. Just walk. Yeah. Just walk, Sam.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal. I do think the scene specifically with him and Daenerys and him like having to be super respectful because she's the queen and like being like her servant but also being like, I fucking hate you.
You just executed my family.
I do think he acted a little bit too upset when she said the dad died because the dad fucking hated it and he hated the dad. The brother would have been like, drop that on him and then he can have like an emotional reaction. I think it was weird. I was like, you escaped his house and stole his sword and basically declared that you hate him. Yeah. The last you saw him. I mean, obviously you'll still be upset.
It was a good moment. I think that got a few people.
I think it was good because it sort of showed Daenerys that she can't do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
And she can't just like...
Which is sort of what
reign over a kingdom and expect people to like her.
It's what like the whole episode is sort of foreshadowing. With the whole, like, truth being revealed to Jon. Yeah. That, I mean, Sam is sort of pushing Jon towards treason. Like, that Daenerys is treasonous.
That's absolutely what he was sort of implying, I feel.
Yeah.
When he said...
The whole thing is, like, Daenerys is not going to accept that Jon is the true...
Yeah, no. If she's gone to all this effort to,
her whole identity is being...
Be a ruler in Essos and then come over and then...
Yeah.
Thinks she's the rightful heir to have it swept from under her feet by, like, even if it's someone she loves. I feel like if she is going to go the full Mad King route, Mad Queen, I think this is what's going to
trigger
tip it. I think, honestly, that could be what happens. I feel like everyone might end up aligned with Cersei in the end. If she goes full Mad Queen and goes... I don't care if Jon's the rightful heir.
I don't think... like, the whole Battle of Winterfell, they're going to lose. and this is there's perhaps a little bit of a spoiler in the original trailer. That's what I was saying before. Like,
yeah.
There's a like shot where Jon and Daenerys are in a room talking. Daenerys has her back to the camera, and Jon's like in the corner, and there's like a fireplace where Daenerys is standing, and it looks identical to the fireplace in Dragonstone.
Okay.
Which is potentially a bit of a spoiler that they lose the Battle of Winterfell and they have to retreat.
Okay. Yeah. What if they win and then they just hold up in Dragonstone because it's closer to King's Landing?
I mean, that could also happen.
Yeah.
But to me, it doesn't make sense that this whole thing that has been building up for 7 seasons is going to be snuffed out in episode 3.
Yeah, in one battle.
In one battle.
That wouldn't, yeah.
It's just not going to happen. I think, like, they're going to lose the battle, they're going to have to retreat, and they're going to have to make a deal with the Night King.
I think
I
they'll...
don't think they can kill him.
No, I think they'll win the Battle of Winterfell and they'll literally just be them versus Cersei for the last 3 episodes. Or they'll lose the battle, but they'll do something like kill the dragon to make it a little bit more level playing field. And then they'll have to back up to King's Landing, and then it'll be like Cersei trying backstabbing them as they're about to fight, and then cutting down the numbers even more, and then it being a true like 300 ending, because everyone loves 300.
Everyone except me.
Jared Butler's actually going to end up being the Mad King.
The Mad King.
Yeah,
just cameos it.
He would come out from under King's Landing with all his
that would be
wildfire.
Utterly depressing.
That'd be up there with the shittest ending.
I would be sending letters to
the Night King pulls off his crown and he's got red hair underneath and it blossoms out and then colour comes back in his face and it's Ed Sheeran after all. And he goes, she played the fiddle in an Irish band.
But she fell in love with an Englishman.
With a northern man.
With a northern man. How about the opening title sequence? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I do like that it went into... when it came through the broken wall and then like showed the blue coming down. I was like, the fuck is this place? When it went into Last Hearth. And then you realised it was the Last Hearth.
Oh, yeah,
later on, because like they have the over-the-top
yeah.
shot that basically showed the same thing as the thing. Yeah, I hope they do stuff like that every episode, sort of saying, oh, something's going to happen here, something. Because I did think it was strange that they're going through and they only show Winterfell and King's Landing in its locations.
That's sort of where everyone is.
Yeah, but I still think is there
no
not stuff happening somewhere else?
No. Literally no one's chilling anywhere else that we know of.
True.
Everyone is either
I guess Sam's because Sam's back now as well. Because I
Yeah.
thought Sam... When did Sam leave?
I can't even remember. He stole some books and ran off.
No, I don't remember that.
No.
I guess, yeah. Apparently I don't pay attention to Sam as much as I'd like to say that I do.
What were, give me 3 moments that you thought were a bit shit.
A bit shit. Arya's supposed upcoming fling with Gendry.
Okay, yeah. Oh, what about the spear, though? The little drawing
Spear.
she gives him. What
is that what that was?
Be?
I couldn't tell. I had some mad glare on my TV and I couldn't see it when it was really
Everything
dark.
Was so dark. They must actually use
yeah.
fucking candles.
Because all the lights off were in my house. But for some reason, I guess the moon coming through a fucking curtain or something in my house was just like glaring across the TV.
I'm guessing it's a spear because in the trailer she is shown fighting with a spear. And that is sort of her training. In Bravos was with a spear.
Yeah, I guess a mop and a spear are probably the closest 2 things. They're just sparring against the faceless men. And then another moment. I got 2 more moments, don't I?
Yeah.
I do truly hate the Jon Daenerys thing. I get it's good.
A fan?
I mean, it's going to work out because obviously the 2 of them are going to have a falling out over his heritage. Or his... whatever word you want to use.
Yeah.
I can't think of the word. So, I think there is actually going to be a huge conflict between the 2 of them towards the end. And then one of them's going to... Either she'll go full Mad Queen or he'll
Yeah.
No, he's too honourable to go. I deserve.
Because I've got the prophecy of like Azor Ahai or something.
Yeah.
In the back of my mind, which means that like because no one really knows what it means.
Yeah.
But the person who is Azor Ahai is the only person who can defeat the Night King.
Yeah.
And
Which
it's not Bran.
basically has to be Jon. Or Dany.
Or
it's
Daenerys.
one of the two.
Or offspring of the two of them. Some suspect it could be Jaime. But I don't really see how that's going to work.
I'd have to look into what the actual prophecy is to compare it to Jaime. Because I feel like he needs to be of Targaryen blood.
Yeah.
And they need to have a flaming sword and born under a red moon or something.
Mm-hmm.
So the only... Like, the closest thing is Daenerys, because...
It's like a lot about fire and ice.
Yeah.
Which Jon is fire and ice.
Yeah, it's literally a combination of the two. I think, obviously, Jon is the most hyped up to be, but it is Game of Thrones, and surely George R. R. Martin wouldn't just make everything else so sneaky the whole time, and then just...
It'll be like a Pirates of the Caribbean moment where... Like, Will...
I haven't watched Pirates of the Caribbean in so long.
You know how Will has to become Davy Jones, the new Davy Jones?
Oh, true.
And then
he's like,
fuck that.
He's stuck to his ship the whole time.
Stuck to his barnacles the entire time.
Stuck to his barnacles. His barnacle boy.
Barnacle boy. Barnacle boy. I think it could be something like that. One of them is going to have to sacrifice everything to end the Night King.
Yeah. So basically one of them's going to have to take his spot.
That or something else. Who the fuck knows?
I just want it to be something surprising. And if they are going to go like season 1 to 4 with the killings and everything, then I'm assuming they're going to do something wild.
I think whatever it is, it'll be unexpected and it will be unpredictable.
Yeah.
Because they have said that the whole time. I don't think there's anyone out there just making
they keep
little
saying it's
predictions
bittersweet.
that's got it 100% right.
And I think the thing that would make it bittersweet is they kill the Night King, so that threat's gone, but then Cersei manages to just fuck everyone over. And then she's on the throne at the end. So yeah, the kingdom is not under threat in a general sense anymore, but also rip, because you're all dead now. So I still have to think of other shit moments. Remind me what else happened.
Got a Nullies comment.
Okay.
Nullies thinks that Jon and Daenerys is a mint romance.
I think you're wrong. Honest opinion.
So you don't like that?
Fine. I get the parallels because they go to the cave and start making out, and then she's like, "Oh, we'll stay here forever." Egret throwback. Yeah. But also, I would have loved it. It was just like, "Oh, my old girlfriend said that. No, I'm sad.
Now I'm sad and I hate you."
Oh, that's another shit moment. Actually, I hated the him making out with her and then opening his eyes and then Drogon being like, "What are you doing?"
Hey there.
But also, that might also be Drogon being like, "Bruh, incest is fucking weird. What you doing?"
Oh, Targaryens though. It's not really.
Yeah, I guess dragons would be used to it.
Yeah.
The thing that I hate most about the Jon Daenerys thing is that everyone hates Jaime Lannister because he's fucking his sister. But
everyone
as
loves
soon as
Jaime Lannister, but hates Cersei.
No, like to start with.
Oh right, yeah.
But as soon as like Jon and Daenerys get together, goals. Jon and Daenerys got together. Yeah, they're related, they're cousins, but it's fine because they got together. It's fine.
They're not even cousins.
They're the main characters though. And they're both hot.
His aunt.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Well, sorry. In that case, it's fine.
In that case, it's fine.
I
know, it does annoy me that everyone sort of gets around it. Like, I don't hate the romance, because I know it's going to end.
Yeah,
I don't love it.
I think that's the only saving grace is now that he's being told that he's a Targaryen. I think he's too honourable to keep the romance happening.
Yeah.
Because he'd be like, that's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
And I think she'd also be like, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Because obviously it was intended for her to be with Viserys, whatever her brother's name was.
Yeah.
I feel when they get back to Westeros, and then obviously he carked it, so that wouldn't happen anymore. And I feel like she hated him, absolutely despised him, so she wouldn't want to give herself PTSD of that.
Incest PTSD. God, that's niche.
That's a combination of words, isn't it? So I think it will become known to everyone else that he's the rightful heir to the throne, and then everyone will rally around him because King of the North. Everyone's clearly pissed that she's been elected as the heir to the throne. I feel like the majority of people aren't stoked that she's there. Definitely. And that was definitely brought up over and over. So I think that it has to be. Yeah, but I think that means it has to be important that everyone prefers Jon over her. So if the conversation comes up, I think everyone will rally for him over her, and then that might make her go full psycho,
absolute
and just kill everyone.
Yeah, well, I think it's what I hated about season 7 was the whole feud between Arya and Sansa.
It was done so poorly.
It didn't make sense.
It was meant, because the whole thing was that it was meant to trick Littlefinger, but it was so predictable.
It just wasn't needed. The audience knows that, that's just unnecessary. So it's sort of we're just
I think the whole
there,
thing was to rid Littlefinger, but I also would rather they're obvious they're not going to kill each other because they're Starks, and the Starks have to stick together, and that's what they've always said.
But now I'm they're starting to do that with Sansa and Daenerys.
Yeah.
Just I really hope that they put that to bed after episode 1. Because I get it that it'd be a little bit tense and a bit awkward, their first meeting. Yeah. But I really hope they shut that down.
But I think that might also be alluding to when Sansa finds out that Jon's a Targaryen and is the rightful heir. I think her finding out will lead to her telling everyone else. Because she doesn't like Daenerys.
But it just annoys me because, that's just not the point.
It does seem
they've got the army of the dead literally on their doorstep.
Yeah.
Why are they worrying about it?
Yeah, which is literally if you've only got 6 episodes this season, don't make more unnecessary drama. Don't make a feud between one of the 2 best characters of the show. Yeah, that just have no reason to hate each other. Yeah, it's definitely unnecessary. I get you'd be annoyed if you've elected someone king basically, and then he's gone and just given up his crown for someone else. Obviously you'd be frustrated, but also you'd go, oh, it's fine because we got literal zombies crawling towards us right now with a zombified dragon that's gonna kill us all. Maybe it's not important.
Yeah, Daenerys was also a little bit smug this episode. You don't really see her arrogant, but I feel like she was a little bit.
Really? I feel like she's been pretty arrogant throughout the show.
The whole time, you reckon?
At times. I feel like, especially in Meereen, I feel like she was definitely...
I feel like that was sort of justified, though. I mean, she's fighting for, a good cause. She's trying to, end slavery. Yeah. So I feel like she's, got the right there, but then she comes here and it's sort of what do dragons eat, or whatever they want.
But also, if she's fighting for slavery in the East, fighting against slavery in the East, and being humans have a right to be free and exist and not have to serve people, and she's going to Westeros and burning people alive that disagree with her as the queen and have freedom of speech to say, oh, I don't agree, or I am not going to serve you, then it's definitely...
bit of hypocrisy.
Yeah.
But that's why those characters are really good, because they are very complicated, and there's always something you can find that is
oh shit. Which is good in that sense, but also I think I don't know. I've just never liked Daenerys as a character.
Yeah, why haven't you?
I don't know. Just never.
I've never really liked Jon, to be fair.
Yeah, I think we're
always
opposites. Whereas I definitely see why you don't like Jon though, because he's definitely a cardboard cutout of a human
There's
being.
not a
for
lot
the most
going
part. There's
on
not
there
much
with
going
Jon.
on.
There's a lot of hair, and that's about it. He has had I've liked him since maybe season 5, 6.
I think I like him because he's I think more just like the honor thing. Like I think he's the closest thing to Ned Stark.
Yeah.
And I like Ned Stark as a character because he wouldn't like throw anyone under the bus just to get his own end. I feel like Jon's been put into a position of power through being an honourable person, which doesn't make for the most exciting times. Like obviously Cersei is the best character because she's climbed her way to the top through marrying people, fucking people, literally doing anything that she can do to like sort of have people wrapped around her finger and
she's
pull the
probably
strings.
the least honourable character.
Yeah.
Potentially,
which is
in the show.
But that just like...
But she's on top.
Well, like season 1, she said in the Game of Thrones, you win or you die.
Yeah.
And she's made it...
She's
won through any means possible.
She really manifests that line, which I really like.
Which I think is the best part, because that's everything Game of Thrones is about, is like, people are going to do fucked up things, but that's the price you pay to climb to the top.
I really liked her scenes in this episode.
Yeah.
They got a lot of I don't know, people were very indifferent about them, which I really liked them because Lena Headey is an amazing actress.
Yeah.
And she just does so much with
her scenes with Bronn are so good.
With...
No, she doesn't have scenes with Bronn. They're not allowed to have scenes together because they're a divorced couple in real life. I think they were...
Their real life scenes were amazing.
Their real life scenes were not amazing. But yeah, Nully said before we started filming that he reckons that she sent Qyburn to tell him to kill Jaime and Tyrion only because in real life they wouldn't film together, so she wouldn't go and tell them first.
They are contractually not allowed to film together.
They're not allowed to, so we were going we were thinking really in depth, going, oh, it's Qyburn going behind her back to try and kill Jaime because he's betrayed the throne and he wants to keep his position of power. So if Jaime gets killed, then
he wants to have sex with Cersei.
He wants to have sex with Cersei. He wants to have sex with Euron as well. So it's Qyburn pulling the strings, and Nully's like, no, they're legally not allowed to film together. And we're like, drats.
Fucking like each other.
Our hypothesis has been ruined.
I did like those scenes because she's just I feel like with every breath she takes, she wants to kill everyone and herself, but somehow manages just not to.
Especially, when Euron is in front of her in the throne room and he's basically saying I got you shit, have sex with me now. You can tell she desperately wants to just click at the mouse and then have him just Oberyn Martell his skull. Yeah. But then she walks off and then
he makes her skin crawl.
Yeah.
But
I think she's gonna have him
does it anyway.
Absolutely obliterated.
I really hope
she's gonna have him torn in 5 different directions
I hope
from all
it's a Scepter Unella moment.
Absolutely.
Really do.
Yeah.
He is quite a rank character. He's a bit different in the books, to be honest. He's not quite as
I feel like he's more
disturbing.
of a... I think he's disturbing in the books. He's mainly due to the fact that his crew is literally made of people with their mouths sewn shut, aren't they?
Yeah, that's true.
He's pretty fucked up, and I think he's more fucked up on a supernatural level rather than just being a despicable human being.
In the books, he also has a horn that can call dragons.
Is it that what it is?
Yeah, it's it can call them / control them, and
his one isn't the one that brings down the wall. Which one's the one that brings down the wall? Is it the one that the wildlings have? There's a horn that supposedly could bring down the wall.
Oh, that's right. I don't.
Which I feel like they alluded to that in the books because someone's going to blow the horn, but in the shows, a dragon burning it down is going to look way better. So we'll do that.
Plus, George Martin hasn't even written
Yeah, who knows?
That. So,
Is he even going to end up putting the books out?
Probably not.
Probably not. He's probably going to.
He's probably being like, nah.
I did. Apparently, he came out and said for the show to, like, do a decent job of, like, fulfilling what the books do, there'd have to be, like, 5 more seasons.
Really?
Yeah, so, and, I mean, the show does feel rushed. So that's not too surprising to me.
Yeah.
But also...
I mean, people complain, though, about the last couple seasons, how it's not as deep as it used to be, and it's not as in-depth as it used to be, and, like, you know, there's only A to B now, whereas there used to be A, B, C, D.
Which naturally is going to happen.
Which naturally
My only problem is that there isn't much, like, characterization. Like, I feel like a lot of the character building through the first few seasons was people travelling from A to B and, like, discussing whatever's happening and their thoughts and their motivations, whereas now the only time that happened was last season when they were north of the wall. There was basically the Fellowship of the Ring with everyone, but that was really shit because there was one sequence of them walking and just kept cutting from person to person and then, like, saying, like, 2 lines to someone else and then to another person they'd say 2 lines and then so on and so on. And that was the only sort of discussion that people would really have other than in round tables or in the throne room. It's
hard because you gotta, like, they have this concept now, like, so inbuilt in the show that there is just, like, such urgency. They need to do everything now because the Night King's coming. It's hard to have that and then also take, you know, hours of time out to have character building.
But they've done it decently parts as well. I think they just don't... I feel like they're not rewatching the show and seeing what works and what worked in the past seasons to see how to do it properly. Like, I feel like the Sam and Daenerys part was well done in the sense that it showed it was like 2 people interacting and it was Daenerys realised that she can't control everyone through being a loose cannon and
she can't
burning people alive,
like
and Sam, like, sort of come up in his head that she should be usurped, and that now there's another threat to Daenerys without straight up being like an argument between 2 people. That's like, oh, I'm gonna kill you now. Do you think, here's a segue, it's not actually a segue, do you think Bronn will actually kill Jon or Tyrion? Did I say Jon? Jamie.
Jamie
or Tyrion?
No.
No? No. Straight up no?
Straight up no.
He's going to go there with a crossbow and be like, what up, boys? And then they're going to go on a boys' trip.
We're going to go sink tinnies together. Nah, straight up
sink tinnies and go fishing.
Yeah. That's not going to happen. First of all, Jamie has to kill Cersei. Apparently that's prophesized.
But maybe... What if, like, Cersei is also thinking on the prophecy of your little brother will kill you, and now she's pissed off Jamie. She's like, well, one of them's going to kill me, so she's going to preemptively kill both of them, so it doesn't happen.
I just don't think Bronn will do it.
Yeah, I think she's gone to the wrong person.
I don't think Bronn will have that.
I think it would have made more sense for her to literally just send off the mountain, to go do it for her, and then
which would have ended up in Clegane Bowl.
Yeah. I think that would have made the most sense, was he'd kill one of them, Tyrion or Jamie, and then the other one would, like, be running away, and then Sandor the Hound would come and, like, fight him in the last second, then beat him, and then whichever one survives that would go and end up killing her.
I think Bronn's going to get there. He's going to see the army of the dead, and he's going to be like, well, if I don't help here, I'm not going to get paid, because we're all going to be dead anyway. He's going to get there, and he's going to have his crossbow. He's going to be like... He's going to shoot the knight in the face.
He's going to look at Tyrion with it. He's going to look at Jamie with it. And then he'll look towards the camera, and you'll be like, who's he looking at now? And it'll be Theon. He'll be like, what next, boss? And Theon goes, SEAL Team 6. We go again. And turns out Bronn was part of SEAL Team 6 the whole time. And then it's a montage of them, like, just, like, doing backflips, shooting zombies in the head. One of them, like, rides down the tail of one of the dragons and then like does a flip in the air and shoots the Night King in the head, and then
they ride dragons, and then more dragons are there, and you don't know how they even got there.
We need a better name than SEAL Team 6 for the Game of Thrones. Kraken Team 6, because he's a Greyjoy.
Yeah.
Kraken Team 6. I think, yeah. I think that's my official prediction. How it's gonna end.
For Bron's story arc.
If I had any like animating ability, I would do this right now and just like make like a 10-minute montage of them like
Team 6.
doing like backflips and shit.
Kraken Team 6.
I just can't get over how efficiently they stormed 3 ships and
It was
didn't alert anyone.
Extremely efficient. Very
For someone that's
Theon.
ran from every battle ever.
For someone that
Theon's got
has
some fucking
no mental capabilities.
Yeah, he's got some true army training.
Absolutely.
What a lord! What an absolute lord!
Were there any moments where you're like, oh yeah, that hits home? Give you a little bit of a shiver.
I did think it was extremely nice seeing everyone just like reunite. Like Arya reuniting with Jon was probably the best moment.
Yeah, I think they did that well.
Yeah. Mainly because like she had like needle that she's had the whole time and it's been
she like jumps up in his arms, which she did
I think
when he left.
Yeah. I think what helps is that we've both read the books, so like in the books it's constantly like Arya's thinking of like getting back to Jon, and then Jon's always thinking of like what Arya's doing if she's still alive.
She's still alive.
Which I don't think's dwelled on the show too much.
No.
I don't think it's mentioned that they like miss each other. Because in the books they had like a stronger connection at the very start because they both didn't feel like they belonged. Because she didn't want to be a lady, she wanted to be a warrior and do her own thing, and then he didn't want to stay in Winterfell because he didn't belong. Yeah,
I think like if they had more time, it'd be great to sort of explore those like sort of, I don't know, the inner workings of their
relationships. Have them actually meet up again and like interact more than just one scene of talking to each other.
It would be good. Yeah. There's just no time.
I forgot how many people Arya's crossed paths with.
Yeah.
And like reunited with, because like she had the Hound. The Hound. Gendry. I feel like that was like passed over very quickly.
Yeah. Which
was annoying. And then Gendry really quickly, and then Jon. There was someone else that she didn't see Brienne. Where's Brienne at the moment?
Yeah, where is Brienne? She's there somewhere. Is she?
Or did she? I guess Brienne was already in Winterfell, so she must have seen her last season.
Oh yeah, she did, because they had that awesome like little sparring sesh.
Yeah. Okay. True.
Yeah.
See, I thought Brienne just arrived. She wasn't in the episode at all.
No, she wasn't. She's in the next one.
Okay. Well, where was she? Did the girl that Littlefinger was talking to in the stables last season have a scene this season, I feel? In this episode?
I don't know.
Someone rocked up.
I haven't
and
watched
was speaking
that back
to someone.
And been like, what's going on there?
Yeah. Because he speaks to someone, and I feel like he's back. I feel like he's back.
He's not dead.
I don't know. He's not dead. I don't think he is. I think either he's a faceless man because he's from Bravos and like he's doing some sneaky boy stuff, or he'd have to if it's the same girl, because I assumed it was the girl he spoke to in the stables that was a faceless man and like pretended was him. So he'd have to be if it's the same girl come back.
I guess we'll wait.
I feel like, yeah, because he spoke to someone.
I mean, people do come back when you think they're gone forever.
I think it was the same girl, but I could be wrong. I feel like he won't go down that easily in the books. I feel like they got rid of him.
I think
in a pretty shit way.
it'd be a great way for him to die, to be honest. I don't think they like executed it as well as they could have, but I think like having Arya and Sansa team up to kill like essentially the person that has
thrown their lives into disarray,
the whole rivalry between everyone, like that'd be a just death.
Yeah. It was executed really poorly, because the conflict between Arya and Sansa was just not believable at any point.
It wasn't.
And
just
then
annoying. That
he
whole
seems like
thing
he
was
was.
just annoying.
They played Littlefinger like he was a goose as well.
Yeah.
That was like, oh, I've got everyone under my spell, but it's clear that they're bullshitting him.
Yeah, the whole thing was just annoying.
Yeah.
Or we've got some people. Noise wants to talk about Melisandre.
Yeah, shit. She hasn't.
About the reunion between her and Arya. That could be interesting.
Between her and Arya?
What'd
she do with
Remember
Arya?
they meet in like the 3rd season? And she takes Gendry from the Brotherhood. And then she looks at Arya and she's like, we will meet again. You have like darkness in your eyes or something.
True. Okay. Well, yeah, that'd have to be coming up. So, but she's also interacted with a lot of people. Her reuniting with Davos would be pretty hectic.
Yeah.
Does he know that she killed Shireen?
Yeah, he does.
He does.
Which is why she's not there anymore, because Jon like exiled her on Davos's behalf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if she comes back, then that would be...
I also really want to know why she looks 100 years old without her necklace on.
Maybe she was the lover of the Night King, because he's 1,000 years old. Am I getting somewhere with this?
No, because doesn't his... Maybe you are, actually.
Because he was in love with like a White Walker or something, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Or a white. But she hasn't got blue eyes at any point.
No.
That might just be... She didn't have blue eyes when she takes the necklace off, does she?
No.
There you go. But there'd have to be a reason for her to be so old.
Yeah, there has to be.
And that's the only person I can think of that's that old. Unless she was some relation to the original 3-Hour Raven.
Unless the Lord of Light is keeping her alive.
Yeah.
Because she is so instrumental. He just hasn't let her die for a couple 100 years.
When was the last time she was even in the show? Was she in the show last season at all?
Yeah.
Was this when Davos had her exiled?
Yeah, maybe she wasn't. Maybe it was season 6. Pretty sure it was season 7.
I just can't think of what reason she'd have to come back, unless she comes back with an army. But I feel like the odds already...
Yeah.
Having another army storm in would be kind of cliched, and we've already had that happen with the Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah.
Whereas I would be disappointing if they were like outnumbered again, and then suddenly someone rocks up with another.
Suddenly Cersei rocks
suddenly
up.
Gandalf rocks up with his other army, and
Yeah.
Helm's Deep is saved in the end.
When the sun rises.
So yeah, I would love Cersei to rock up with her army and then like attack from behind, like everyone else.
Just
so
joins
White
the
Walkers on
Night
one
King.
side and then Cersei on the other.
She's not getting... I loved her introduction to this episode. Because literally she's standing on a balcony. Qyburn comes out and he's like, news from Winterfell. The dead have broken through
And she just says good.
the wall, and she's just like, good.
She's
She
just
is
so good.
not
She's so
going
conniving.
on.
She does not give a shit.
She does not care about anyone.
Yeah, she's not gonna
She's not going
defend.
off.
She's not gonna back them at all.
No.
Yeah,
Which is like, I also love that reunion of Tyrion and Sansa.
yeah.
Because it's like total...
Her being like, I
roles
thought you were the
being
smartest
flipped.
man.
Yeah, like
the
she completely like bests him in that conversation.
Yeah.
And he does not expect
And I
it.
think he realised that he's being played for so long when he used to be sort of a master of his own, and no one could really.
He expects
contain him.
to see, I don't know, like a child still, but
Yeah.
she's a completely different character from season 3.
I think that's a good way of showing that like a lot's changed in Westeros since Tyrion's been there as well.
Yeah.
Because he was very much.
He's an
I mean, he was
outsider now.
hand of the king in Westeros before he killed Tywin and then bailed.
Yeah.
So now, yeah, it seems like everyone's sort of moved on, like grown up and moved ahead, except for him, and now he's sort of another pawn in Daenerys' game now.
I don't know if he's planning something.
He'd have to be. He hasn't done anything in a long time.
In a long time, but also like Sansa, I don't think buys what he's saying.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether that's sort of like alluding to the fact that maybe he knows Cersei's not coming down to help them.
Yeah,
is he planning something? Because there are a lot of suspicions.
Tyrion can't be that naive that he thinks Cersei's actually going to help them out.
Well, no, but there's also like a bit of like suspicion about Tyrion at some point betrays Daenerys and Jon.
And Jon?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was going to say maybe he already knows that Jon is a Targaryen, hence his like worried look when they get in the room together last season. Yeah. I feel like he might already be clued in either from... No, he hadn't met Bran.
No, he hadn't met Bran.
Yeah, I can't think of how he'd know otherwise.
There's something, because Daenerys also like says it about 20 times in the past couple seasons that... Like, she obviously respects him because he's her hand, but she also says it a lot of times that she doesn't trust him because of his blood relations with Cersei and Jaime. That she's like...
But I can't think of his benefit for betraying them, though. Like, who he would ally with.
Neither can I. But maybe shit hits the fan and he can't bring himself to kill his family. I don't know. Even though he has killed Tywin.
He's already killed Tywin, though.
I don't know. People, there is
and
a suspicion...
And he hates Cersei more than he hated Tywin.
Yeah. There is a suspicion that he does betray them at some point.
Yeah. As much as I'd like for him to have one last, like, shocking moment, because I feel like he's been responsible for a few of them. Like, the Tywin betrayal.
Yeah.
Like, murdering him in cold blood was...
People have loved Tyrion's character the entire way through.
Yeah.
He's never...
Until like 2 seasons ago when he just stopped being his own character.
But he's never been controversial in any way.
Yeah.
Ever. I would love it.
Yeah, it would be pretty huge for him to...
I would love it if he became...
the big bad.
I would love it if he betrayed them. It would be such a huge character flip.
True, this could just be his conniving way of getting to the Iron Throne himself.
It could be.
And proving everyone wrong and having the imp rule the kingdom.
I don't... Like, it wouldn't make sense that that's what he wants, but I would love it for him if he did something like that. Because he has never once been the controversial character.
Yeah. Noise, can you think of any reason why Tyrion would betray everyone?
Probably just sick of being the dirt.
Of being what?
The dirt.
The dirt. Yeah, see, that's my only reason I can think of is him sort of just like taking the throne for himself to prove everyone wrong.
Yeah.
But also I can't picture him doing that. Just because he'd be literally by himself.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't have any army backing him up.
Noise, were there any moments that gave you a bit of a shiver? You liked it?
All of it.
All of it.
The dragons.
What about the dragons?
Did you love Jon's ride on the dragons?
I thought it looked pretty shit, to be honest.
Oh, really?
When he first got on the dragon, and he goes, "What do I do?" I was like, "This is the most obvious green screen I've seen in my life.
Really?
This is terrible."
I thought it looked pretty good.
I don't know. Maybe I was staring at the TV from a shit angle, where it was like there.
No, it was all good. Because I watched it like live and there was like a countdown and shit.
Oh, really?
On Foxtel.
So you were hype as fuck.
I was so hyped and like, the intro!
Mum paused at the intro and started again because I was like, da 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 da. She's like, can I at least hear the song for like 30 seconds before you start like being obnoxiously loud?
Da 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 da.
What? I feel like there's something else that happened that we're missing. Oh, fucking Jaime.
Oh,
we haven't discussed Jaime. Jaime's got his full trial next week.
Yeah, he does.
There's no way he's getting out of that.
I reckon
he's in battle scenes in the like original trailer. He's absolutely getting out of it.
Daenerys is going to come off worse off.
Why is that?
Trial? Because did you see what she said? She's like backing her dad.
Was she?
Yeah.
What'd she say?
Our dad told us, or I forget. It was like someone
Oh
told
yeah,
us
my brother
stories of
told me stories.
and what we
yeah.
do to the Kingslayer. And it's
Yeah.
like, yo, but
True.
he was a bad dude.
Yeah, but no one knows that.
What if?
No one knows why.
What if during
And
this?
Jane would be like, boom, and then
What if during this discussion she says that, and then Sam goes, "But you're not the rightful queen, so you can't be saying this." And then he says like that John is the target or anything, and he's the rightful heir. And then everyone collectively goes,
I don't know if he'll do that though.
Nah,
Because
he won't
like
do
the
that.
North people will just be like, they'll be
They're
even
not-
more
yeah.
see, mate.
Yeah.
"No, they." You reckon?
Because he's Targaryen.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if they've already elected him as king of the North.
Yeah, but they're stupid. They'll be like, oh,
Yeah, but
I
they-
feel like
but they
people's
chose him because
allegiances are
they
a little
liked
bit
him.
more with Sansa than John.
Yeah.
Sansa's really like got their back.
Maybe Sansa's just gonna fucking. Maybe Sansa's gonna fucking end up the big boss, and then Tyrion's gonna end up on the throne because he's his husband, and the patriarchy is alive in Westeros, and he's gonna take the throne,
patriarchy.
and that's how he's gonna get it. That's how he's gonna fucking get it.
I mean, they do. Sansa is now the smartest character. Like, she's the smartest person. Like, Arya says it politically. Like, she's gonna find a way to
Yeah.
outsmart
the
these
new
people.
Littlefinger.
I have
Yeah.
one last question because I'm assuming you want us to finish up shortly. Does Bran waiting in a courtyard for the whole episode for Jaime to arrive mean that he's got beef and that he's actually going to have a character this season? This season. Because he's been just a lifeless void that's been sitting there the whole time.
I was keen because when John came and met Bran after all that time, like, he actually had a face. Like, he moved his mouth. He was just like, almost smirk. And I was like, yes! More of that, please!
Yeah.
I think
it's-
it'll be Bran that comes to Jaime's defense,
Yeah.
because Bran knows that Jaime has actually like left Cersei for good.
Bran's gonna.
Bran will be
There's
able
gonna
to
be
see.
one more flashback. There's gonna be one more flashback
The
in the
Mad
middle of this
King.
trial, because Jaime's gonna try and justify why he killed the Mad King, and Daenerys is gonna be like, "No, you're a fucking nutto, dude.
Yeah.
You killed him because you want the crown." And then Bran's gonna be like, "No, wait, I can explain the reason for this happening." And then we're gonna get the flashback of him trying to tell the Mad King that there's a fucking army of the dead coming, and then he's the one that's fucked up the Mad King's head and made him go loopy and want to kill everyone. And then Jaime's going to kill the Mad King, and Bran's going to be like, "Jaime saved you all. You should be thanking him. Praise him. He's the new king." And then Jaime's going to be the new king in the north. And then everyone's going to be like, "King in the
Jaime's
north!"
gonna have to kill Cersei to be the king.
Yeah. And then he's going to be like, "Thanks, guys." He's going to pull off his face. It's going to be Littlefinger the whole
It's gonna
time.
be Littlefinger.
Yeah, I still reckon he might be alive.
You reckon Littlefinger's alive as
Because of
well?
that thing in the barn, when he like passed the coin to the chick.
Yeah.
I
Was
need
she?
to
Did
know
she
that
come
bit
back?
where
Did she
Ron
come back
speaks.
this episode?
I don't know.
There was a girl that arrived at one point and was talking to someone. I can't remember who, but
What
there's
episode is
definitely.
this?
I wouldn't be able to tell you what
I need to
episode.
go back.
I'll
Because-
leak you to a theory on YouTube that
Alright.
is where I.
Because he's
So-
obviously aware, and he knows he's from Bravos,
Mm.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's what I was saying. If he's from Bravos and he's aware of the Faceless Men and everything, surely if he really wants to be.
He's got his hand in every pot, so like...
If he wants
yeah.
to know everything, then the easiest way is for him to be able to just fucking pull a face on of someone else and get wherever he wants, do whatever he wants. Maybe
It's Sansa.
it was at Littlefinger that people said that he had. No, it was Varys that had the spiders, wasn't it? That everyone was like,
Yeah.
Varys, the spiders hear everything.
Yeah, he's got all.
I was
his
going to say,
little
what
hands.
if Littlefinger and Varys were actually in cahoots the whole time, and Littlefinger was Varys' spiders by just being faceless all over the city and hearing everything and being all knowledgeable.
I feel like, yeah, that could all be possible, but it's too, like, hectic. Like, with what's going on. Like, it's so, like, different.
Yeah, there's also what would they gain? Who would they be trying to get in power from doing that?
I feel like the Baelish being a faceless man is potentially
Is
credible.
plausible.
It's plausible.
Yeah.
It's juicy, yeah.
Yeah, it's plausible.
There'd have to be a reason for him to be from Bravos, other than having the name Littlefinger from the Littlefingers, which was like the Isles that he's from, or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like stuff is explicitly said for a reason. I feel like just like the books in general have always been like, if you read in depth of things that are said and like look at it literally and say, this has been told to me for a reason, then you can sort of...
That's
you
like
you can pick a lot of things.
the conversation on the wall, like on the first episode, they were like, you know, the best thing is for them to get married and like rule together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like,
Yeah.
It's not
But
gonna
nothing
happen.
ever lasts.
Yeah.
I do... One
So
detail
maybe
that I
they
do
will
like.
get married, but it
I
won't
reckon I'll
last.
just be like, fuck it, and then just be like, smash.
No,
Maybe
I don't
that's
think
the
they will.
bittersweet. Is that they, like, Jon replaces the Night King and he takes Daenerys as his bride,
And that's the new
and that's the new promise.
agreement.
Yeah.
Well, and then they go back north of the wall.
Yeah, and they fuck off
It's
forever.
like how the
Then
children
who's going to be on the
forest-
who's going to be on the throne then? Cersei.
No, it won't be Cersei. It won't be Cersei. It'll be
Sansa?
like, it might even be Tyrion, because he's technically
Because he's handed,
the next
if
in
he's
line.
handed the queen and the queen has disappeared and there's no other Targaryens left to take the throne, then I guess
There's no
Hand of the
other
King takes over.
Lannisters. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Because Cersei's queen.
Yeah, I guess Tyrion will be next in line.
Tyrion will be next.
If Jaime gets killed by...
Maybe that is it. They will
Bronn.
get married, but it won't last.
There's also
I guess. But I also don't think the general audience is going to see it as bittersweet because everyone fucking loves fucking Jon and Daenerys. They're
Yeah,
going to be
but
like,
no one
oh,
would
they
want
end up
them to
happily
be
ever after.
dead.
Walkers are
Walkers.
above the wall.
Yeah, no one would want
true.
that.
Who's gonna be like the mini bosses? Like who's gonna be
The
the good
mini
people?
bosses.
The mini bosses.
The good people.
Who's
that
going to be
turn
the
into
Bowser?
whites
Who has a health bar for this last
and
fight?
armor. No, the good people that turn into whites.
What
Have
my
to fight.
question? I have one question: is when are we gonna have the Mountain versus the Hound?
True.
See, I think that could potentially be at the end when they're trying to suss who's potentially on the throne.
I feel that's too tame though. It's like trial by combat.
I also don't
You
think.
win.
I also don't think the throne's going to exist in a physical form. I think King's Landing is going to get blown up by all the wildfire underneath it.
Yeah, that's been hinted at.
Yeah.
in, like visions and stuff.
Yeah, with the visions in season 2 of Daenerys
and
walking.
In the intro, King's Landing was just like
Was it?
in one of the seasons. Yeah, in the intro.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
I remember that.
It was just on fire.
I do
I
like
mean,
that Tyrion and Jaime both don't have golden hair at all anymore. They've gone darker and darker because their allegiance to the Lannisters has become less and less.
True. I don't like...
Because Jaime has like
Like,
brown hair now as well, and
yeah.
Tyrion's had brown hair for like 4 seasons.
Cersei
now.
basically like doesn't even have gold hair. She has like red hair now.
Yeah.
Could just be winter's here. Your hair darkens.
Is that how it works?
It is, yeah.
What?
Yeah, if you have blonde hair, it goes like really blonde in summer with the sun, and
Really?
then in winter it really darkens.
Is this a real life law,
No,
or
this
is
is
this
real
Game
life.
of Thrones law?
Like my hair in summer goes quite blonde, and in winter it goes like quite red.
Ah.
Mine goes brown in summer.
Mine goes black in winter, and it goes into a full fringe sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then I start writing angsty songs about wanting to leave my hometown.
I moved to London.
Actually doing it.
Yeah.
I hate this town.
Melbourne's shit.
Shit, dude. Is there any other discussions to have?
Any other
Like we've
Shiva
got them.
moments?
I feel like the episode was just sort of a setting up episode. There was nothing that sort of
Yeah.
made
I
me...
forgave it because I was like, yeah, cool. And then they're just gonna like get straight into it.
That's why I forgive it as well, because like they needed to get some of that shit out of the way.
Because it was cool, like stuff like Jon Snow died in the crypt in that
Hmm.
episode, and it was just like, the
Yeah.
whole episode 1 throwback, and it was all like,
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
cool.
yeah,
Do you think that?
because it's ending, so it's like, remember all this. And
Yeah. Do you think that if Bran doesn't intervene and save Jaime, that Jaime will get sentenced to death, and then Tyrion will try and defend him, and then Tyrion will also get sentenced to death for trying to
No.
betray the Queen?
I don't think anyone's
No.
gonna care.
No, I don't think people are gonna care.
They're like, hey, we can see those dudes.
Fuck,
fighting.
actually, yeah, he's already in the fight, isn't he?
He's
So
in the
there's-
fight.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're just gonna be like, you're gonna die anyway. Let's just fight.
They need
Because I was
all the
gonna
living
say,
people
like,
they can get.
if there's a trial of Jaime, it could be like parallel to the trial of Tyrion, where like Jaime kind of intervened to try and save
Yeah.
him, but he also didn't
I
defend him.
don't think it's gonna happen because one, he's in the battle, and two, like I doubt they're gonna be thinking like that because they need all the living people they can get.
How's he
Like
gonna?
the original animosity will be there.
Yeah.
Like,
Is
but
there
then
any
they'll
other
be like,
reason
"Oh,
for them to
fuck it."
just allow him to fight though?
He'll be proven. Like, it'll
Do you reckon the Bran thing will actually happen?
either Bran or like just from all the people
Word
that
of
he's
mouth.
met through.
Like
'Cause everyone's
everyone
there.
knows the
Yeah.
Mad King.
Yeah.
was
But
fucking
who's
mad.
there that Jaime's actually friends with?
Tyrion.
Tyrion,
But
Brienne,
no one's
That's
really
one.
on Tyrion's side.
Brienne.
Yeah, I don't think Tyrion has much say.
Brienne.
That's probably it, to be honest.
Sansa.
I thought he was
maybe.
Benjen when he was writing in. I was like,
Oh yeah.
Benjen
because
died.
of the cloak. No, I'm like, maybe he's like.
Yeah, I was trying to
Double the
figure out who
white.
it
Oh,
was.
that's the other prophecy. Is that did Benjen actually die?
Well, you didn't say it, but like.
He got
Apparently.
cut.
I
Covered
reckon
by
we'll
a
see him
wall
as
of
a zombie.
zombies.
We'll see him as a zombie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, this is the thing. Like another Jon Snow prophecy is that Jon Snow can't die because he's already dead.
Yeah.
He can't die, which is why he didn't drown
Well, all
when he
their-
got thrown into the water.
All
at
their
the end of last
direwolves are
episode.
named after how they end up. Basically. Because
Ghost.
Sansa ends up a lady. Jon Snow's a
Lady.
ghost because he's come back from the dead.
Nymeria.
Nymeria is a
warrior.
warrior queen. Shaggy Dog is like a name. No, a Shaggy Dog tale is a tale that is like convoluted and goes on and then has no real ending. So, so Rickon basically was like just
A red herring.
constantly, yeah, basically constantly like mention blah 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 what's gonna happen. Then he just gets shot and he dies.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes sense.
Grey
Who else
Wind.
is there? Grey Winds. I still don't know what the fuck that means.
Smelly farts.
Rob Stark and his smelly farts. Is there anyone else? And then Bran is summer because he's going
Summer.
to end winter and then it's going to come into summer.
Yeah.
Because Bran is, I don't know, Jesus.
Bran's annoying me.
I'm sick of him.
I want
Bran
to
is
speak
so
words
annoying.
that aren't like that are actually helpful.
Yeah.
Because like he obviously has more control of his shit now, and he's just
Yeah.
kind of like.
But he's so cryptic.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, the Three-Eye Raven was also cryptic
Yeah.
with him.
And it's like
It's
that
like-
did you real good.
just-
didn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah, your cave got fucking bombarded by White Walkers and you got eaten alive
Oh, the Hodor
And you got
thing.
Hodor killed as
Apparently
well.
Hodor will come back a zombie.
as a zombie.
Maybe.
I wonder what the Hound's gonna do in that fight because of all the fire and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because isn't part of the trailer him being like confronted with fire? That's all.
Yeah.
Do you reckon
Yeah.
John will use the dragon at all during the fight?
Yeah.
Because in all the promo, I guess it's a spoiler. There's no obviously him on a dragon because that was before it aired.
Yeah.
And there's no Daenerys in all the promo material.
You reckon she's gonna die before the fight?
I don't know. It's just interesting.
It's a question of
There's
who would
no-
kill her before the fight.
There's no Jon either though. In the
No,
fight.
there is. Yeah, he's like running and shit, like
Mm.
in all the fire.
Wasn't one of the
She would be on her dragon though.
Yeah.
one of the
She can't
promos was
fight.
his sword like in like the ice like snowed over, which was supposedly Winterfell after the fight.
Yeah.
You're meant to think of it literally.
I'm like obviously anything can happen, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they will not
It's
win.
all we're all just speculating now.
We are. I'm pretty sure they don't win the Battle of Winterfell because they literally blow it up.
Yeah.
Like they blow the set up.
Okay.
Like, that set's not there anymore.
Oh, really?
No.
How do you know that?
Because it's like a huge thing that they did. Like, they literally destroyed the set because they had to in filming.
That's a bit of a spoiler, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not there anymore.
Because there's like tunnels and shit.
Oh yeah, they're it's like some of them are definitely getting out of there, but like Winterfell is not going to survive it.
It's going to fall.
Winterfell is going to fall.
Winterfell.
Winterfell is also called Winterfell because it's where
The winter is going to fall.
the Winterfell.
Yeah. Maybe it's called that because that's
The
where...
original
Because
winter.
winter's coming, which is a reference to the Army of the Dead. And the Army of the Dead is going to fall at Winterfell. And it's going to be them versus Cersei for the last 3 episodes.
I don't think it's going to happen like that because I think it's called Winterfell because the original battle between the Night King is where he did get defeated.
Going back to your theory on the Hound and the Mountain fighting for who's going to have the throne, all I can think of in my brain is them just like all the big players like throwing bets on a table and they're both just like sparring up against each other. They're like, no, he's going to win. No, the Hound's going to win. And then just like, and then one gets killed and one's like, fuck. And then Cersei's like,
Good.
Good.
That golden company though.
Yeah.
In the books,
All of a sudden out of nowhere.
they're Targaryen bastards and shit. So like, but they don't have time for that shit.
Yeah, he's introduced with no explanation of what the Golden Company is or anything. Yeah. So anyone watching at home, Mum was like,
"Who are these guys?"
And I was like, they're just they're cell swords basically, aren't they? Basically,
they're sort of mentioned a few times throughout the whole series, but like, like they're mentioned in passing, like, the Golden.
Because I only remember them mentioned in the books, but I might just have them confused.
Pretty sure they never go into it, but
yeah. The only thing I want next episode now is the Mad King revelation.
That would be really good.
I feel like it's so, like, heavily implied through the Hodor thing. Yeah. Otherwise, why would the character of Hodor exist? Other than because, like, obviously, it's a good payoff with Bran, like, taking over Hodor and causing him to be the way he is. But other than that, like, the character doesn't serve to do anything other than carry Bran around.
Yeah.
Like, there's no real reason.
What do you reckon he's gonna do during the fight? Is he just gonna like stay at the tree?
Bran.
Yeah. Or he's gonna like.
I know he might.
I think he's gonna walk a dragon.
He's gonna walk into the other dragon.
Yeah, because it says when dragon. He reaches Three-Eyed Raven says fly. You will never walk again, but you will fly.
Unless they strap up his wheelchair to the back of one of the dragons and he's just got reins on either side. He's got no expression in his face. He's just like...
It's gonna be the worst. I'm uninstalling if I say that.
You know what I would fucking love is if Jaime was came to Winterfell just to finally push Bran once more, but push him around in the wheelchair so he can finally get around in Winterfell. He's not left in the courtyard. No one was pushing him around because I knew Jaime would come and push him again. Fucking hell. Either way, juicy.
Juicy.
It's going to be a juicy last few weeks.
It's a little bit too juicy.
Next week's cliffhanger is going to hurt so much.
Oh, yeah.
Even worse than this week.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like we've seen the last shot of next week's.
Yeah.
Was it Tormund that was staring
Tyrion.
It was Tyrion standing on the wall staring straight forward. Basically...
Yeah.
Basically, them being like, because Tormund was like, they're on their way. We've got like till tomorrow morning until they're here. And then after that, it was a shot of Tyrion like standing with a bunch of soldiers like on the wall of Winterfell, like staring straight forward. I feel like that's gonna be the last shot, and then they're gonna be like,
or it could be that little horse hoof.
Horse
like comes out.
Yeah, the boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. One last thing is what does the sign on the wall mean in last half? The Umber boy with all the arms.
The means
Targaryen sign.
Means Targaryen.
There's this Targaryen sigil, you reckon?
Yeah.
Is that Targaryen sigil?
Yeah, because it's like all those things with the 3 dragon heads.
Was it 3 heads?
No, but like all the
Just looked like...
It's the
But it's been
spirally
throughout
thing.
every season, like the dead bodies in that show.
Yeah, that's not the Targaryen symbol though, is it?
Hang on.
It is sort of like a bit of circles and spirals and stuff.
But that's just like dragon arms. And
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
what do
can
you
kind
think it
of-
means?
I know, I'm just trying to think what the symbol means. Because I know that's the symbol that was in like the clearing where the Night King was turned into the Night King.
Yeah.
Because there was the...
Similar.
It's not the same thing though. It's similar.
Yeah, it is
I just
used
thought
difficult
it
to
was
say.
more like that was probably it because of the fire thing.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
they all kind of lit on fire and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
Did you
a
guys jump
different
at that?
symbol though. Yeah, I
was just
fucking
like-
shat myself.
I
That
was like,
whole
"He's gonna
scene,
die."
I was waiting for a jump scare the entire time they're walking quietly. It took
Yeah.
me ages to realise who the guy they bumped into was. It was the new Lord Commander
Oh,
of,
yeah,
of the Night's
yeah.
Watch. Then I was like, are they at Castle Black? Or... And it turns out they weren't. But, yeah, weird. Now I want to know what the symbol is, I can't remember.
Also, it's gonna be interesting. How do they get to Winterfell before the fucking Night King's army?
I know, but they do, because they're really spoiled that they got
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they somehow just, like, cart around them.
Yeah.
Somehow just hightail
Unless they
it back.
fly to them. No, that's
Fly to
that's
them?
too risky.
How would they fly
Like
to
John
them?
just like, I don't know.
Yeah, but John's not going to know they're there.
Yeah.
That is a good question. How are they going to get around an army of like millions of dead?
Because I feel like they're powering it. They're not like chilling. They're just like the army's just like powering it.
I mean, they were walking very slowly through the wall
Maybe
again
that's
last
it.
season.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're going. The White Walkers are going so quickly is because they want to kill Bran before he
Before
can
he
tell
realizes.
John.
But he can't tell John. He's with John right now.
I know, but that's sort of the whole why they were moving so quickly because they didn't want that whole realization to
Yeah.
happen, and they don't want Bran to finally understand how they can defeat the Night King.
Yeah.
So Night King is Stark, Targaryen, both.
I think the Night King is Stark and the Three-Eyed Raven is the Targaryen,
Targaryen.
even though it's a Stark at the moment.
I would, now that I've said Melisandre wears the necklace because she's old as fuck and is a relation to either the Night King or the original Three-Eyed Raven. I'd love for one of them to be true. Just so it'd be like, I randomly thought of it on the spot and I didn't read it in a theory anywhere.
She's gonna make the Lightbringer.
Yeah.
She's gonna make the flaming
John
sword.
was like, "You smell like a forge."
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
There's so many things that characters say that you're like, what the fuck? And then like 10 episodes later,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, they said literally what's going to happen.
Because she's like, "I'm coming back to die, but like I have to do something."
Yeah, she's like, I can't,
So,
I
like-
will die in this
So
world.
John's gonna
please
have to
stab
kill
me.
her, yeah,
Yeah.
and then the sword will be on fire when he pulls it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
She,
like,
she
I have
has to be related to
die
someone. There has to be a reason that she's got a necklace that makes her look young when she's really old as fuck.
And also Varys, like, she's
here. Her
like,
and
same as
Varys,
you.
yeah.
And it's like,
Her and
Are you
Varys
wizard
are
too?
linked in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So many unanswered questions.
I'm gonna go home and Google which characters in Game of Thrones are the oldest that are still alive. Because she has to be related to someone.
yeah.
She has to have
Varys
had some
easily
sort of
puts
history.
face masks every night.
Yeah. He does whole head masks because his
Yeah.
head is just smooth all over.
Just cement over his head.
Jesus. Do we have any last thoughts before we call it a day for this week?
I just wanted to hurry up.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Like,
a
I was-
fucking pain waiting week by
I was
week now.
pissed off when the first episode ended because I'm like I knew that was going to happen,
Yeah.
but fuck now. I
You know
have
what's
to wait
really
till
annoying
time.
is I got up to go to the toilet quickly, like before that last scene because I was like,
What the hell?
I clicked the time and there was like 12 minutes remaining on the recording. I'm like, oh fuck. So I paused it and quickly went and came back and clicked play. 30 seconds and then rolls credits and was like, it said 12 minutes. Give me another 12 minutes of content, please. I want to know what else is happening. There's just
Probably
a
the teaser.
cliffhanger, just a big old cliffhanger.
Mm.
Yeah, it was like the teaser and then the credits and everything.
Mm.
It was like,
I thought I wasn't going to find it because like I signed up for the subscription. And I was
Yeah.
like, it's not here. It's 11 a.m.
help,
And then I
please.
realised they were doing it like as live TV on Foxtel. So I had to like watch the live television broadcast on Foxtel. On
Oh,
the
like
streaming
you tried to
service.
look it up to
Yeah.
download it.
No, just as like say Netflix. You go, I want to watch this movie.
Yeah.
So I clicked on the Game of Thrones that had all the other seasons. I'm just like,
Just
have
give
I
it
been
to me.
scammed?
You've been fucking fanged for it, brother. You've been the most hyped that I know.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, I think that's going to be basically that for this week. We will be back.
I mean, basically, to sum up, we have no answers.
Yeah. We didn't pay attention and we have no idea what's going on.
We have no idea what's going on.
No, I do think next week, Mad King.
I would
Revelation.
Love it. I would love it if that happened.
I that's the one thing that I want to happen now. I don't care what happens after that, as long as they explain why the Mad King suddenly went mad, and that was because of Bran, and
Yeah.
Hodor wasn't a wasted character,
Yeah,
then I'll be happy. But
I would love that.
until then, we're MBTV, and we'll see you next week for more. We're covering it weekly, I
Yeah.
assume? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. Back next week. Enjoy.
Bye.